Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Life of Logan TV. And this is your first time here, or if you haven't done so already, I would appreciate it if you would please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you're always alerted whenever I drop one of these videos. And also, let's go on ahead and just talk about it because I saw it. I know y'all saw y'all. We hit 200 subscribers. Well, at the time of this recording, we're over 200 subscribers. I just don't pay that much attention to it. But, I thank you. I got a special thank you video coming for everybody who has taken the time to support this channel. But I would be remiss if I didn't just say thank you right now because it means so much to me. Now, on with today's video. All right. So, y'all have heard me several times talk about therapy. Now, I'm going to tell you today about my story of therapy, about how I got into therapy. It was 2010, and I had some stuff going on in my life. I didn't know it, but I had battled depression. I had battled all these different kinds of things, but I just didn't realize it at the time. But back in 2010, I remember specifically because I was at work, and probably like a day or two before this incident happened at work, I was in a break room. And if you worked at any kind of company, in the break room, you have like the board where it's all the company announcements and everything. And then they had something up there for EAP, which is Employee Assistance Program. Now, it was for different things. It was for like, if you had issues with like children or trying to get custody, if you were having like some kind of financial issues, but they also had something up there for therapists, for mental health. And the things that we do, we don't even know, like we don't even realize it, but it's always, Spirit is always putting a sign in front of you to let you know, like, hey, this is the next move. Like, you either gonna do it or you're gonna be made to do it. Remember I told y'all earlier about tower moments. But I took down that EAP number. Had no intention of calling it, but something inside of me just said, just take the number down, put it in your phone. You got plenty of numbers in your phone that you ain't using or you don't ever plan on using again. So what's gonna be the big deal with this one? I took down the EAP number, and 2 or 3 days later, I remember I was sitting at my desk and I was going through a breakup at the time, and I just started like bawling uncontrollably, like almost on cue. Like I'm sitting there just doing my work. I'm filling out the TPS reports, doing the GPS tracking of technicians and all that stuff or whatever. And I just bust out crying, like tears just streaming down. Like my face is like literally wet. Like my beard is soaked. I'm crying. And people like are looking at me or whatever. Like I get up and I don't even go to the restroom. I get up and I run to my car. Like I literally run to my car because I don't know what the hell's going on with me. My heart is racing. My chest is getting tight. Like everything, it's like sensory overload. I go outside. It's like I'm hearing every car in the area. I'm hearing like all the lights, all just the sounds of nature. Like I'm hearing all this stuff, right? I get in my car and I'm just in tears. I'm shaking. And I'm just saying to myself, like, what is wrong with me? Like, what is wrong with me? And I pick up my phone and I'm shaking. And I call the Employee Assistance Program. And I'm just like a blubbering mess or whatever. Like, I can't even get my name out and my, the company I work for and my employee ID or anything like that or whatever. And I remember I spoke to this nice woman and she was just so kind and patient with me. Like, we were on the phone for a good 40 minutes, 45 minutes we were on the phone. And she was just telling me, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, before she even started to tell me about, like, or try to, connect me with the therapist in the area and stuff like that, she was just like, it's gonna be okay. She's like, baby, it's gonna be okay. She's like, it's gonna be okay. And I didn't realize it at the time, like, how much I needed just somebody to tell me it was gonna be okay. Because that was something my grandmother would have did. And y'all know how I feel about my grandmother. Still to this day. all these years later. And she told me it was going to be okay. And she connected me with a therapist. It was my first therapist that I ever went to. I mean, I went to like different like kinds of counseling and stuff like that, which is like court appointed through like for like anger management and stuff like that or whatever. But this was the first time I had went and actually sought out therapy, because I saw that it was an issue with me. So I went and I sought out therapy, and I sat down with that woman, and it was the first time in forever, really. I mean, not forever, but it was the first time in some years or whatever, probably since, again, my grandmother passed, that I felt seen. I felt seen when I sat down with my therapist, my very first therapist, Miss Jean. Miss Jean was an older white woman, and she just listened to me. And it was like the first time in a while, like somebody just let me just talk, and they didn't interrupt me. They didn't try to interject and tell me, what I was feeling. She actually listened to me tell her how I was feeling about things that I had been through, that I didn't tell anybody else. Nobody else knew the stuff that I had been through. Still to this day, a lot of people in my life, friends and family, don't know about all the stuff that I've been through. That's why I sit up and say sometimes or whatever, man, you really never know a person's story, because I know I've been hiding in plain sight for years, and I just be like, yeah, nobody really knows me. I actually have had a couple people tell me or whatever, like, man, you one of them people that when you pass away, it's like everybody's gonna learn everything that you were like into, and all these great things and stuff that you did. And even like, adversity that you've overcome. And I remember I sat down with Miss Jean. And I was just talking to her and telling her about everything that had happened to me, everything that I was currently facing, the things that people have done to me, the ways people have made me feel, even the things that I've done as retaliation or whatever, stuff like that, and I'm kind of ashamed of. And she just listened to me. And that's the one thing I can tell y'all men about therapy, or women too. That's the one thing I can tell y'all about therapy. It feels good just to have somebody like listen to you, because at the end of the day, that's all we really need, is for somebody to listen to us and not judge us. And sometimes it's hard to do that with people who have known you your whole life. Sometimes it's hard to do that with people who look at you like you a damn superhero, when you just like, I'm a mere mortal. Like, I know I may make it look easy or whatever, but I'm breaking down inside. I don't even want nobody even see the mess that is within me, because I can't handle that. Because I know if you see the mess that's within me, I think you're gonna run away from me. So I can't be vulnerable with you. But you can be vulnerable in therapy. Like, you don't have to hold on to all of that. All this stuff that we walk around in our lives with, it wasn't ever ours to take with us. We should have left it right there at the point of trauma, at the situation when it happened. But we just took all that stuff with us, and we shouldn't have. And we just been carrying around. We've been carrying around somebody else's water for years. No more. Get in therapy. Get you some help. Find somebody to talk to. I keep on telling y'all, man, there's people out there who want to go on ahead and help you. Please do it, because you're headed for self-destruction. I know, because I was headed for self-destruction. Now, it wasn't a Band-Aid, it wasn't a cure-all or whatever. I still had to, and still am doing all the work. I'm still doing the heavy lifting. I'm still doing the work on myself. But it was a good starting point, because that's all you need, is a starting point. It's just like with getting a personal trainer. You get you a personal trainer, and people think, oh, I'm gonna have to go to them forever. No, that personal trainer is going to teach you things, and then you're gonna go off and do your own work. It's the same thing with therapy. It ain't like something that you're gonna have to do forever, but just know that therapist or other therapists are there. That's the thing. It's all about getting a starting point, because none of us are able to make it through this world alone. We can't make it through this life alone, man. It just don't happen that way. That's why I encourage you, as a man, like, look at me. Like, most people look at me, they see that I'm strong. They see muscles, they see beard, they see like, man, this dude ain't got nothing wrong with him or whatever. Man, believe you me, I done been through the fire. And I'm here to tell you, you can't do it alone. I don't care how strong you think you are. Because these battles that we fight that are unseen, they stronger than you. That's why you need to surround yourself with some good people. That's why you need to go ahead and get in therapy. That's why you need to learn these tools and everything to go ahead and recover and heal yourself, or at least get yourself on the healing journey. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been another video courtesy of Life of Logan TV. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so you are always alerted whenever I drop one of these videos. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button for me rocking my straw fedora, man, while it's still warm outside. Make sure that you share the video. Make sure that you shoot, what else I gonna do? Comment. Yeah, make sure that y'all comment too or whatever, man. And thank you to everybody who has helped me get to this 200 subscriber mark, and we just gonna keep on charging. Remember to tell a friend to tell a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Life of Logan TV, and these are, hold on, I gotta readjust my head. And these are the get in therapy and get some help biceps. All right, y'all, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.